Good morning. My name is Linda Delaforgue. That's Delaforgue. I'm the co-director of Citizen Action Illinois. Citizen Action has joined the Safer Chemicals and Healthy Families Coalition. That's why we're here today in an effort to bring attention to the issue of toxic chemicals in everyday products. We're holding this press event outside of Walgreens' brand new Flagship store, and for very good reason. Many major retailers in the Chicago area, such as Target, Bed Bath & Body, even Walmart, have taken direct action to begin to remove some of the most worst toxic chemicals from their products. And unfortunately, Walgreens, the flagship of Illinois, has refused to make a commitment to take action on these products. We have new independent testing of products sold at Walgreens, some of which are here today. I'm going to put Dante down, right in front of us. Some of these products include shower curtains, tennis balls for dogs, which are laden with lead, things like plastic gloves that you use to touch things with phthalates in them. So while other countries and other U.S. stores have replaced these chemicals, Walgreens still doesn't have a plan. So we're here today at the corner of Happy and Healthy, which is Walgreens' motto, to call on Walgreens to immediately take action, to meet with the leaders of this campaign, and to give us a plan for how they're going to move forward to remove some of these products. So we have some of our friends here today with us. This is Dante, my dog, D-A-N-T-E, and we also have Tom, my friend Jesse's dog, T-O-M. They're here because obviously we're concerned not only about our kids, but all of the loving members of our family unsuspectingly being exposed to these chemicals. I'd like to introduce now Dr. Peter Orris. That's O-R-R-I-S. Dr. Orris is a professor and Chief of Occupational Environmental Medicine at the University of Illinois Hospital and Health Science System, and he has 4 decades of experience on working on occupational and environmental medicine in the city of Chicago. Please welcome Dr. Orris.
Thank you very much. Sorry to be a little late. We're here today to support this effort to get Walmart to live up to its commitment to its campaigns concerning being a healthcare provider and being concerned about the conditions of its customers and my patients. The continued refusal by Walgreens to look at their supply chain for toxic chemicals puts all of our patients and all of the citizens in Chicago at risk of exposure to some of the most fundamental toxins that we know about, lead and a whole variety of other ones. So hopefully today we will put pressure on Walgreens to join their colleagues in the other retail establishments in and around Chicago to begin to look at their supply chain, evaluate their supply chain, and demand the end of toxic chemicals going into consumer products. So I thank you very much, and I turn the podium back over to Susan Dash.
I'm going to introduce John Gaudet, our organizing director. He's got a list of some of these products. He'll explain to you what they are.
So you know what's going on here. The products we have out in front were purchased at Walgreens. These are some of the products that we've tested over the last year for things like chlorine, which has phthalates in it, which many of us heard about. These are the chemicals that leach off of the PVC and accumulate in our bodies. You can ingest them through breathing or through contact or through saliva. So when you think of like this dog product, which is filled with lead, you got a kid holding that product, tossing it to the dog, who chews on it and hands it back to that kid. So both the dog and that child are being exposed to lead. But most of these products have chlorine in them. And if you think of PVC, a lot of us use PVC, you think of the thing that makes it less brittle is phthalates. And phthalates are an extremely dangerous toxin that impacts children's ability to learn, and again, it absorbs into your body. So when we look at Walgreens on the corner of Happy and Healthy, and we think of their mission, which is to help people, we still see them lagging behind people like Target and Bed Bath & Beyond and other corporations that have already taken the steps to make sure these products don't affect children, dogs, and families. And even Alliance Boots, who, see, that's someone who just had lead. Even Alliance Boots, who Walgreens is in partnership with, in Europe has some of the strictest regulations on toxic chemicals in their products. Yet Walgreens here in the United States, which has a 45% stake in Alliance Boots, does not. So again, we're calling on Walgreens to do the simple thing, is to get this stuff out of their supply chain. There's plenty of replacement products. So lead, mercury, tin, phthalates, chlorine does not have to be in the product. I'm sorry, my name is John Gaudette, that's Gaudette, and I'm with Citizen Action Illinois. Questions?
Have there been any cases of people actually getting sick from any of these products that you guys can talk about?
What we've done is we simply tested these products through the Ecology Center earlier this year and last year. So we've specifically looked at products, right? And that's the tricky thing about this stuff, is it bioaccumulates. So it's lipid storing, so it'll store in your fat, it'll store in your body. So there's no direct cause. That's why it's so hard to get rid of some of this stuff, is the chemical industry will say, this small amount of phthalate won't affect a kid. We've shown that. But it's the accumulation of, playing with these tennis balls constantly, using these gloves every day. That's what gets people sick. So it's very hard to find the source, but we know what the cause is. So recently, Walgreens, last week, just before our week of action, Walgreens contacted us and basically said they're going to begin to look at their product stream. So though it was a very light letter and it wasn't for any of their corporate leaders, they have contacted us finally and said they will begin to look at the problem. Well, we think they need to move much faster because everybody's already looked at the problem for 20 years. Now it's time for action. So we're glad that they contacted us, but we're calling on Walgreens to take that next step and actually do something.
Dr. Orris has something about patients and the chemicals.
In answer to your question about whether this is stimulated by one particular poisoning, it is not. Over the years, we have seen many patients, both children and adults, that have been poisoned by consumer products from some of these most common kinds of hazards, lead, mercury, and many others. The point today is we want to be preventive. We want Walgreens to practice preventive medicine, and we want them to review their supply chain so we don't see more of these cases in the future.
Other questions?
Maybe something about the pet issue too?
Yeah.
Talk more about why it's concerning for pets.
Well, I think it was as a pet owner, when I saw that the tennis balls, which are a very harmless toy that our pets and their teeth go into, when I saw that it was just laden with lead, I was like, how many other unsuspecting consumers are going to walk into a Walgreens before they go to the park and pick up that tennis ball? The dog chews it, and as John described, the little kid picks it up, throws it, and and we certainly know that our pets can be victims of cancer and other diseases also, and they are part of our family. So I think it's just sends out another message. And certainly these are products that in many cases are not sold in Europe, which is, we all know that Walgreens is ready to merge with Alliance Boots, and Alliance Boots has taken some major steps to remove these products from their shelves. As I said earlier, many other major retailers in Illinois have done that also, and across the nation. And so it's time for Walgreens to step up. We're waiting at the corner, happy and healthy, to have them make us happy and healthy and be good neighbors. Thank you.
I got another question. Well, why just Walgreens? I mean, aren't there other stores selling products that are similar to this? So why?
Well, like I said, there have already been meetings that have taken place with Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Body, and they've all sat down actually with leaders of the campaign and have plans moving forward. There are also discussions with some of the other major retailers that are taking place. Walgreens was one of, as we know, is a flagship of Illinois. Started here in the state of Illinois, is one of the major pharmaceutical company Walgreens drugstores in the country. So certainly they should be one of the leaders on an issue like this, and they've been one of the most silent of all of the companies that the campaign has reached out to up until just this last week. So we think we're getting their attention. It's time for them now to sit down and, like their competitors, to actually meet with the campaign and put a plan together for removing some of these worst products.